Hey, what's up, guys? It's Randall again, back from OddsJam, here to place some plus EV bets today. Hopefully in college basketball. Should be a lot out there. Was looking at the page earlier. Again, quite a bit out there. So we will hopefully place some bets and we will see what we can find. So going to go ahead and just share my screen. I'll hop over here to the plus EV page, or actually hop over here to OddsJam. I hopped on here late last night. Not sure if the normal people that tune in during the day tuned in, but placed a couple of bets, beat the closing line. This one here, the under 230 in the Suns Mavs, never had a chance. Zero defense played in that game, under 118 in the first half, zero defense. This top play here, though, the under 230, was a super tight market. I think it was 11 cents. It was only about 1.5% of expected value, but super tight market. So ended up betting it. We still have the Ducks today, minus 115. Pinnacle has it minus 129. So, I mean, we'll hop back over here to the page. We're back down. Again, many of you probably did not tune in, but we're still going to keep track of all of our plays. We can check that hockey game. We can just kind of see what these other books have. I mean, Bookmaker is up to minus 145 on the Ducks. DraftKings is all the way up to minus 140. We have minus 115. So feel really, really good about that. I mean, we got a great number. So hopefully that can come through. We bet that one just for 15. So hopefully that bet comes through and we can cash that one this morning. Hopping over here to the plus EV page, taking a look at the games that are up, we can see where the value is. This first one that kind of catches my eye here, Gonzaga first half minus 16.5 to Portland. I think this line is 32. I mean, there's a good chance that Gonzaga could be up by 30 in the first half in this game. We can take a look. We can just see, I mean, the other books are at 17.5, juice to the 17.5. I mean, Barstool is all the way up to 18. So that looks like a pretty good bet. Let's log in. We'll see if we can place that. If we can, we will. So college basketball, I need to go to more. Search Gonzaga. Look at the first half. First half spread, 16.5 minus 115. So let's just double check that. Let's just see. Looks like it's maybe no longer a play. Let's see. Yeah, does not look like it is a play anymore. So I don't know if Pinnacle moved. We can take a look and see that game. Actually, let's just search it. It'll be a lot quicker. See what the first half is for the point spread. Why is that doing that? So 16.5 minus 143. So minus 143 plus 124. I believe were the lines. I'm not sure why that is not on there. Minus 143 plus 116. So we can do this on our own. I'm not sure. It might pop back up whenever we go back over there, but we can see fair odds should be minus 127. We're getting minus 115. So it is a good bet. Turn this bonus on. We'll go ahead and throw 20 on that. Again, we're betting smaller amounts just to show you that you can make money with this. Alex bets much higher. Matt bets a little bit higher than I do. So we've placed that. The only problem now is if it's not on the plus EV page, we're not going to get the closing line. There it is right there. Perfect. So 4%. Where's it at? There it is right there. So we can go ahead and add that to our bet tracker. We bet that for 20. So we'll save it. Again, this is a really good bet. Really like it. All of the other books that we looked at are 17.5, 18 for the first half spread. FanDuel is asleep at the wheel. 16.5. So we'll take advantage of that. Let's just stay in New Jersey. We'll see what's out there. I have some of these books that we can compare. Furman and Mercer, we've got a 27-cent difference here in the market with. Taking a look at Kenny's ratings, we can see that he makes that line 136. So 138.5, heavily juiced to the under. We can take a look at this and we can just see what all the other books are at. Most books have this at, well, looks like under 37.5 juiced to the under. So under 136.5 on Fox Bet minus 105. I believe that was the play. Let me just double, or no, it was 138.5, wasn't it? 138.5. Let's just see here. Maybe that play. Yep, that one's gone. So too slow there. Hadn't refreshed the page. Not seeing that one anymore. St. Mary's and Pepperdine. Over 134.5, 26-cent difference in the market with, almost 5% of expected value. So we can take a look at that. We can see Kenny makes that. He makes it right at, it looks like he makes it, 137. So over 134.5, definitely some value here on this game for St. Mary's and Pepperdine. Again, he makes it 136, 137. Looks like Pepperdine, you can see they're missing one of their guys, making up for 4.5 points on the line there. Probably pass on that. I'm not sure if that is actually built into what he has or if that's something that we would need to subtract. Now, I guess it looks like these guys are in, so 3.5. So I guess it's really only about a point difference. We'll go ahead and hit that. We'll see if we can find that bet on Barstool. Barstool's not the easiest to navigate, so we need over 134.5. See all, what time is that game? 7 p.m. tonight. So go to page 4. There it is, St. Mary's. We'll see if we can get that bet locked in. I think that's a pretty good bet. Over 134.5 plus 117, and it is plus 132 is what we need it to be. So late to the party there. Continuing to look through here. Under 151.5 on South Dakota State, North Dakota State. He makes that one 148, and we're getting under 151 at plus 130. We can see if we can get that, and that one's at 2 o'clock. Again, Barstool, I wish they had a search button so that you did not have to go through every single one of these pages. See, there it is. Under 151.5 plus 130. So he's making it 148. Under 151.5 plus 130, almost 3.9%. So we'll bet that. Throw 15 on that one. We can go ahead and track that bet. Got some value with Kenny. It's got some value with Pinnacle. So like that, we'll bet that. This play right here, if you can get on this, I'm actually betting this personally. I can't bet it on Caesars, but I am going to bet it at a worse number. Most likely Alabama +4, one of my favorite plays today. If you can get on this on Caesars minus 110, take full advantage. 21-cent difference here in the market with. I think most of these books have, Bama +3, 3.5. So +4, minus 110 on Caesars. I guess I could get that minus 120 on Barstool, minus 131 plus 110. Let's just see. So fair odds plus 119 or minus 119. And so, I mean, minus 120 on Barstool. I'll probably bet this at Barstool. Taking a little bit worse of a number as far as laying the juice goes, but I do love Alabama in this spot, and it is a plus EV play on Caesars. So if you can get on that right now. Love it. It's one of my favorite plays personally today that I will be betting. Coastal Arkansas State over under 138. We can take a look at that. And he makes that 136. So I'm going to pass on that one. Again, I just like to use his ratings just to see what he has to say. Former odds maker, Coastal Carolina, Arkansas State. We already looked at that one. Texas Southern and Prairie View. Looks like there's some value on Prairie View potentially. Kenny makes that about a 3-point game. We can take a look at ESPN again, just different tools I like to use. So, I mean, ESPN has it about a 5-point game. Coppin State, Maryland Eastern Shore, over under 144.5. Take a look at that one. He makes it 146. So we can take a look at that, over 144.5 plus 128. So about 1.5 difference in what he makes that line. So that could be one that you could potentially get on. Let's just see if that pops up anywhere else. 144.5, 141.5 is a play as well. So let's just see here. I think I'm gonna bet this 141.5. It's about 1% less of expected value, but it does give us 3 more points of wiggle room. It is a tighter market than that initial one, which I do like. So let's see if we can find that. Coppin State at 3 p.m. Again, the beautiful layout here at Barstool. Very, very helpful when you're trying to be quick. Looks like we are too far. There's Coppin State. Let's back. Over 141.5 minus 109. Is that the play? That is the play. So we will bet that. Again, just looking here, Kenny makes it 146.5. So like that. Let's see here. So we'll throw 15 on Coppin State over 141.5. Place that bet. Go back. We'll add that to our bet tracker here. So we bet it minus 109. So we can go ahead and save that. I mean, I absolutely love college basketball Saturdays and the plus EV page. I mean, these possibilities are endless. Stuff is constantly popping up. These markets are constantly moving. Maine plus 25.5 on MGM. If you've got that, we can take a look and see what Kenny says. He makes that line 21.5. ESPN says 27. So take what you will there. There is some value on Maine plus 25.5. Northwestern and Illinois. I can't bet that game, so not even going to waste my time there. Coppin State, we locked that one in already. Just continuing to look here. LSU minus 5 against TCU. I do like LSU. I think they are minus 2.5 or 3.5. Kind of like them in that spot against TCU. That might be worth looking at. We can see what Kenny makes that game. He makes it 1.5. So not a lot of value there when looking at his ratings. ESPN makes it right at 5. That game actually tips here in about 15 minutes. So if that's something you're wanting to get on, lock that one in now. Grand Canyon, New Mexico State. That's a first half play. Looks like the Wizards on the money line have a little bit of value at MGM. 21-cent difference in the market with UCLA, Stanford. Oh, here we go. Point spread. LSU minus 1.5 against TCU minus 129 on Barstool. See if we can get that. Again, lower expected value, but there is the value. There is value there. If you wanted to take LSU -5 plus money, you could. That looks like that one is no, maybe it's not. Let's see. It's -2.5. I know it was 3.5 on most books. I'm usually not a fan of taking road teams in college basketball, and TCU I freaking hate. So always get screwed with them. But LSU -1.5, -129. Why is that not coming up? There we go. So you can see here, I mean, it's still 3% of expected value. It's 27-cent difference in the market. If you want to take LSU -5, I mean, I guess you could always do that. I'm going to take them at this 1.5. What is the difference on that? Let's see. It's going to take way too long. Let's see here. So 3.8% versus 3.1. So, I mean, you are getting a little bit more at LSU -5, and you are getting plus money, but, and I mean, every point in college basketball, been doing this long enough that it matters. So I'm going to throw 20 on LSU -1.5. We'll go ahead and add that to our bet tracker. Nope, that's not where we're at. I've seen it come into play more often than not. I know a lot of people ask what you do in this situation. It really just kind of depends. Like if there was a huge gap in expected value of say like 3% and this LSU was 10%, then I mean, I'd be more apt to take the 10%. But with it being pretty close, to me, it's just worth taking it there. Auburn and Oklahoma. If you have Fox Bet, we can take a look and see what Kenny has. He has it -7. ESPN makes it 11. So maybe a little value here on Auburn, coming off that close win at Missouri just earlier this week. Continuing to look here and just see TCU LSU. We've already bet that. Cal Poly and UC Irvine. Looks like there's some value there. Cal Poly, he makes that 11. ESPN makes it 17, so take that for what you want. If you're going off his ratings, take Cal Poly. If you're going off ESPN, maybe you pass. LSU -2.5 on FanDuel's -110, 3% of expected value there. So like that. We already bet it on Barstool -1.5, -1 here if you wanted to get a little bit lower expected value. Let's see. North Dakota, South Dakota, under 144. We can see what he makes that line. It's at 148, so doesn't really line up there. Doesn't mean that it's a bad play, just one that I am going to pass on. Let's see. Arizona State over under 146.5, 22-cent difference in the market with. Let's take a look at that. See what he has. He makes it 144. I could see that. Definitely being a solid play. Let's see. So 2.2% of expected value. We can see. We'll see if we can place that bet. So we're looking for Arizona State -105 under 146.5. So location confirmed under 146. So yeah, looks like we've missed that. Haven't refreshed the page here in a little while. So we're getting now kind of below the 2% mark. So we'll hop back up. We'll refresh this again, see if there's anything else that pops. Maryland Eastern Shore +5 against Coppin State. I think we already locked in the total there. He makes it 8. Yeah, we locked that under. We locked that under in, or no, we locked the over in on that play. So Let's see. Not seeing anything else here that's standing out. So I'm going to actually, here we go. VMI East Tennessee State under 152.5. Let's see what he makes that. He makes it 154. So up to you on that one. Getting down here, 3%. Western Illinois, St. Thomas. Can't bet that game. Being in Illinois. LSU money line, some value on Barstool minus 143. So we've already got LSU minus 1.5. Really do like that game. If you're looking to bet it, I'm gonna go ahead and log back in here to FanDuel. I'm gonna go ahead and place the same game parlay for the NFL tomorrow. Let's I'm just going to build. It's just going to be a straight plus EV parlay, or it'll at least have value in comparison to Pinnacle. May not all be plus EV plays, but we will make sure that we are getting a better number than what Pinnacle is offering. So we'll do this Chiefs Bengals game. We'll start out here. We'll see if we can build anything. You can see this. You've got to place 3+ legs, plus 400 odds or greater. $10 free roll lottery ticket. So let's start out with the. Maybe we'll start out with the player passing attempts, so we can see here. Burrow is 37.5 on FanDuel. Pinnacle makes it 38.5. So, I mean, there is value there on that number. Let's see. Passing completions. Burrow over 24.5. Pinnacle's minus 111 to the over. Looks like the under is actually the more favorable play there. Receiving yards, just kind of scrolling through here, just taking a look, seeing what Pinnacle has. Pringle under 38.5 in comparison to Pinnacle. Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything. Not even offering anything on DeMarcus Robinson. Nothing here on Chase. Nothing on Mixon. Well, actually, there is on Mixon. Over 31.5 receiving yards, but the line on FanDuel is 32.5. Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything sticking out on FanDuel. Most of these numbers are a little bit different than what Pinnacle has. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, little value there, not a lot. Joe Burrow, 8.5. Again, not a lot there. Yeah, these can be frustrating to build, especially if you're trying to find value. I mean, I guess Mahomes over 28.5. They make it 29.5. I did bet this last week, so let's just take a look. Let me go look at this Rams game real quick and see if there's any other value there. It doesn't look like there is a whole lot of value on that. If not, if I can't find any value on this Rams Niners game, we'll just throw something wild together and just make it a lottery ticket. And maybe it's not plus EV. Let's see here. Receiving yards. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, he's all the way up to 49.5 on FanDuel. Pinnacle makes it 47.5. Cam Akers, the over there is a play. So, I mean, that could be one we could add. Cup looks like that's a 2-yard difference, and it's juiced to the under. So, actually, I kind of do like that. Let's maybe start doing that here. Let's see if we can find one with the Rams game. I think we've got a little bit better ability to build one out with the Rams here. So receiving props, Cup under alternate. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. It looks like it's down to 99.5 and showing it to be. Oh, wait a second. What was I looking at on Cup? Over 103. That doesn't even make any sense. So actually, no, this is a worse number. I'm not sure where that is actually coming from. Kittle over 52.5 has a little bit of value. Juwan Jennings over 23.5. It's just to the over on Pinnacle. Be a pretty well all 49ers parlay here if you were going to build this out. We can do Van Jefferson. Let's see what he's at. Over 31.5 minus 114. Pinnacle has the over 32.5 minus 133. So let's go ahead and add Van Jefferson to the mix. We'll go ahead and just get this parlay started and see if we can find anything else. I think we had some value on, who was it? I'll just use it. Let's see. Juwan Jennings over 23.5. Pinnacle's 24.5 minus 143. So we'll add him. Over 23.5 minus 114. Just make sure that's correct. Kittle, a little bit of value there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the player rushing yards. We've got a couple of receiving yards there. Akers under 61.5. It looks like his line on Pinnacle is 60.5. Deebo Samuel over 39.5. Pinnacle makes it 144. Like that. I do actually think the Niners can win this game. So do like taking some of those props that we've got here with the Niners. Deebo Samuel 40 plus minus 118. So I mean, just take a look at this. I mean, 40 plus is minus 118. 40.5 is minus 114. So be sure to check those alternates there. Let's see if there's anything else. Rushing yards. What do they have for Cam Akers? We already looked at him. It was pretty well spot on. Let's take a look at receptions. We can see if there's anything there. Brandon Ayuk. There's some value there. 148. Looks like most of the other books minus 155, minus 160. I do think he has a solid game tomorrow. We'll go ahead and throw him in the mix. Player receptions, Brandon Ayuk over 3.5 minus 148. And they're not going to let us do that. Will they let us do that? Nope. All right. So I need to go back and add. Him. Who was it? It was Juwan Jennings over 23.5. So I guess too much correlation there. Cup over 7.5 has nope, does not have any value there. Kittle over 4.5 probably will not let us do that. Beckham, no value there. Van Jefferson, no value there on FanDuel. So player touchdowns, total touchdowns, not looking for that. Rushing attempts, we don't have anything. So that looks like that will be it. Van Jefferson over 31.5 receiving yards. Deebo 40 plus. Juwan Jennings over 23.5. Let's take a look here at the point spread and just see if there's anything value-wise in comparison to Bookmaker. Let's see, FanDuel, where you at? Minus 115 plus 3.5. It's minus 115 on Bet Online. Bookmaker makes the Rams -3, minus 125. So I mean, they're definitely trending towards that 3.5 number. Not really seeing any value. If we take a look at the money line, plus 152 on FanDuel. I mean, it's pretty well right in line. I mean, Pinnacle's giving you plus 163. So no real value there. If we take a look, we can look at the total points. Just trying to find another leg here to see if there's anything that makes sense to add. 45.5 on Bet Online. Bookmaker minus 110, 45.5. Looks like Pinnacle's juiced to the over. So no real value there. So I guess that's it. I mean, I guess if you wanted to do an anytime touchdown score, do you think Cam Akers has some value to score a touchdown tomorrow? if you want to throw him in there. I'm going to actually take a chance here. I know it's not plus EV, but I'm going to throw in the Niners money line. That doesn't make any sense. Plus 152 and plus 995. I add in Cam Akers plus 100 and I get 12. So a lot of sense there. I guess the correlation is what they're accounting for there. So we'll go ahead and throw 10 on this. And let's see here. Will they let us do Debo? Yeah, we'll just leave this. We'll go with Van Jefferson over 31.5, Debo 40 plus, Jawan Jennings over 23.5, and then San Francisco 49ers money line. So risk-free bet here, same game parlay. We'll place that for 10. And if we lose, we will get our money back. So we'll hop back over here to the Plus EV page. Going to wrap this live stream up. Been going now for almost 30 minutes. Some of you are probably tired of listening to me ramble on. Looks like some of these games are underway already. TCU, LSU just started. You can see you've got some live bets here. If you wanted to get in on those, some live plus EV bets, might be smarter to wait a little bit until these games have started and kind of started rolling, not placing a plus EV bet within the first 30 seconds of a game. You might want to just wait a little bit. See, those are already gone. So, this page is endless. I mean, you can see the amount of opportunities on a college basketball Saturday are just insane. I mean, I could sit here for another 30 minutes and we could continue just placing bets. Take a look at this Notre Dame Virginia game, see if there's any value on that total. 124. It looks like it is 125. So nothing there really per se as far as value goes. So yeah, you can check this out on your own. You can compare books. If you have the platinum plan, you can look at the sharper books. You can see if there's any value out there to take advantage of. Let's see this Georgia State game. Georgia State, UL Monroe, and just trying to see if there's any value there on the money line. Kent State, Bowling Green. You can see what Kenny makes that game. Kent State looks like the home team. Looks like the road team. Kenny actually has Kent State winning. So Kent State has some value there, plus 125. Let's see. I wanted to bet. I did want to bet Sparty. I think that game is already underway. I may have already missed it here. Let's see. Nope, I have not. That game starts at 11:30. So just if you're looking for some games to bet, I haven't went in to see what the best odds are, but some games that I was looking at today. Sparty -4, Bama +3.5, +4. I already mentioned that. Richmond, I like Richmond -3, Kentucky +5.5, Vanderbilt -9 against Georgia after Georgia coming off that win against Alabama, and then Texas -3 against Tennessee. So, we can just see if there's any plus EV plays on any of those games that I just mentioned. We already know there was one on Alabama. There it is right there, +4, still over there at Caesars. If you can get on this, I know it's low expected value, but I really do like that play personally. I think it's a great spot for Alabama, Kentucky. So just kind of look here and see. So the plays that I just rattled off, it doesn't look like there is any positive expected value right now. Doesn't mean that there won't be, but I'm going to lock those in. Again, Sparty -4, Bama +3.5, +4, probably +4 on Barstool. Richmond -3, Kentucky +5.5, Vanderbilt -9, and Texas -3. So we've locked these bets in. You can see here we've got positive expected value on all of these plays so far. So we'll monitor that. Looks like this Coppin State, Maryland Eastern Shore may become negative EV at some point, but loaded slate in college basketball today. Really excited to watch some of these games. We've got a bet on this LSU game early here. Looks like they just tied it up. So we'll see what happens there. Really, really early in that one. Again, check out the Plus EV page throughout the day. I mean, the more you can be on it, the better off you're going to be. If you have any questions, email me, Randall at OddsJam.com. DM me on Twitter at RandallKBets. That's going to wrap up this live stream today, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. I know DraftKings has a couple of same-game parlay opportunities as well. We may throw something at those in the morning, kind of mix it up a little bit with what we took over at FanDuel. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and good luck on your bets this Saturday.